So here's the Michael Phelps 4282 breathing technique. And what it does, it takes about 90% of that nervous energy before a race in the call room, in front of the blocks, and it turns it into focus and concentration and power. All right. Why is it called the Michael Phelps breathing technique? It's simple because I was taught by the same sports psychologist that Michael Phelps had, and I saw Michael Phelps use it when I swam next to him a couple weeks before the Olympics, and then again I saw him use it in the call room in the Olympics before the 200 AM. Okay, so here's how this works, or why it works. 3 reasons. The first one is that we can use the breathing because it only takes about 12 seconds. We can use it all the time. Okay, it makes it very useful for in competition. Okay. The second reason is that when we're breathing in a certain way, that I'll show you in a second, we can tell our body that it's okay to relax, that it's safe, and that keeps our muscles nice and loose. Because the problem is when we get nervous before the blocks or in front of the blocks, our muscles start to tense up, and then we jump in, and how we the easy speed or the first half isn't there, the turn might be a bit like short, and then the legs start hurting too early. It's all because the body is stiff and tense, and it is different than what you're used to in training, because in training you're like relaxed and loose. Okay, so it's easy to do. It keeps our muscles relaxed. And the third reason is whatever thoughts you got going on, maybe you're intimidated, maybe you're anxious, scared, whatever, before racing, it will stop those thoughts from happening, and it will bring you right back into the present moment. So then we have a swimmer who, is in the present moment, has relaxed muscles, and that's very good for peak performance. Okay, so how this works is very important. There's 2 triggers that signal in the body that it's okay to relax and that it's indeed safe. Okay, the first one is we start the breathing pattern with breathing out all the air completely until there's no more air in the lungs. Okay, so breathing out completely. The second thing is that we want to engage, we want to do something that we call belly breathing. We want to breathe in the belly first before we inhale or inflate the entire lungs. Okay, and I'll show you in a second. So what that looks like is like this. I breathe out, and then I start with this, only in the belly. Okay, and then I'll show you what the whole breathing pattern looks like. So we start with empty lungs. Then we breathe in on a count of 4, okay? We breathe in through the nose, belly first, and then until we're full, okay? Then we hold it for 2 on top, and then we breathe out for 8 seconds, and then we hold it at the bottom for 2. Now, if you got a lot of time, like before the call room and stuff, or like when you're in a car or whatever, like laying in bed the night before competition, you do that 3 times through. If you don't have a lot of time, like in the call room or in front of the blocks when the other guys are just about to finish the race, and you're like standing there and goggles down, suits tied and everything, you just do it 1 time. Okay, so if you do the whole thing 3 times, it's about 40 seconds. If you do it just once, it's 12 seconds. And so here's what this looks like. By the way, when you do the breathing pattern, make sure that you're standing in a confident body posture and have your head up. Okay, don't look down. I'm not going to go into detail in this video, but make sure you got a good body posture. And here's what this looks like. I'm doing the counting in my head. Okay, so I'll breathe out and close your eyes if you can. Breathing out. That's it. Okay, it takes 3 minutes, 5 minutes to learn. Huge difference, and I suggest you try it out at the next competition or your next get out or stand up swimming training. If you're a swim parent or a competitive swimmer and you're interested in swimming faster without necessarily having to train more, I think you should follow us because there's a lot more coming. Okay, see you soon.